Hey, it's Emily from the Loopy Stitch, and in this tutorial we will be making this little delight. It's called the Goodness Mandala. It's a 5-round pattern and it's from my book called Making Mandalas. I have a little quote for each of my patterns in this book, and for this one it's the goodness that comes along with crocheting is the friendships that form for life. All my patterns have written instructions and charts in the book. For this pattern you will need some yarn. I am using Abbey Kung Fu cotton, and the recommended hook size for this is 5.5. I'm actually going to try that today. And some scissors and a yarn needle. For this pattern you will need to know how to make the magic ring. If you don't know how, I will pop a link in the description box below. So magic ring is definitely recommended. If you don't know how and you don't want to learn, you can always chain 3 and then just join to the first chain with a slip stitch. So we're chaining 3 for this. This yarn is a little bit stringy. It's the first time I've worked with it. So we're making 12 double crochets into the ring. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. No, it's a bit stringy. So if you do have stringy yarn, give it a bit of a twist. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. All the way around until we have a total of 12 stitches. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'll see you back here when we have a total of 12 stitches. When you get to the end, you might like to give your magic ring just a little pull, just to keep it nice and even. We're just going to double check our stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to cut the yarn, and I use standing stitches and invisible joins. I definitely recommend those. So if you haven't learned how to do that, look in the link in the description box below. So we just cut the yarn, pull the tail through, and we're going to thread it onto the yarn needle and complete an invisible join. So it's just creating the top loop of the first stitch. We have chain 3, so we're going to insert into both loops of the second stitch made, and then we're going to come back down to where the tail comes from into that stitch, go towards the back because we don't want it to come towards the front, and just manipulate it. And then we're just going to quickly do like a one weave. I'm not weaving in ends in this tutorial. So I actually missed a loop, and because it's so stringy I had to go back and fix it. I can't have that one tiny strand not join. So back down there, just pull through and then just manipulate the piece to make it look all uniform and give that a nice little pull again. And that's round 1 complete. We should have a total of 12 double crochets. Grab the next color. As mentioned just before, I like to use standing stitches for each round, so I will do that with this one, and I'm not using a slip knot, but feel free to have a slip knot on your hook. We're going to be making a double crochet and a single crochet into each stitch. So this is what a standing stitch looks like without a slip knot. And we're just going to make it a single crochet. So now we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through 2. We're doing that all the way around. This is our increase round. So a double and a single in each stitch around. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through 2, and a single, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Do that all the way around and I'll see you back in a minute. We're just making the last single crochet of the round. We're going to cut our yarn and do our invisible join. I like to leave about 15 centimeters for the tail, so you have enough to work with. It's better to have like more than not enough because you don't want it to be hard to work with. So just threading on. So we're going to create the top loop for that stitch. So we go into the second stitch made under both loops and back down to where the tail came from and out the back like so. Then a bit of a manipulate. Now for this particular one, just going back and just locking that in there. So we should have 24 stitches, 12 of those double crochets and 12 of those single crochets. So grabbing colour number 3, I'm just choosing any order for this particular tutorial. We're going to be working into the back bumps of the post of the double crochets. Like, what? What's that? Well, whoops-a-daisy, just knocked my little bench. I'll show you one second. I'll just grab my yarn needle. So you'll see, it's a bit awkward, but you can see these stitches have 2 aligning little loopies. I call them the back bumps. Now they can be a little bit tricky to work in, so just bear with that, but it's just a nice little stitch, just secures it nicely. So we're going to start with a slip stitch. Now once again, I don't like to use knots. You're more than welcome to use a knot. So insert, pull up a loop and then just pull through. My 1 chain counts as that. Then we're going to do 2 chains, 1, 2, and then we're working into the next back 2 bumps of the double crochet. It's a bit hard to see because of the camera angle. So just a slip knot in there, chaining 2, and then back into those back bumps. So you're only working into the back bumps of the double crochet. Sometimes it's easier to thread or insert, sorry, not thread. Insert your hook into 1 back bump instead of 2 at once. And I am using both hands for this. I didn't make the double crochets quite tight in round 2, but obviously if you do, it's going to be even harder, so try to keep your stitches looser all the way around. Back bumps, 1, 2, and chaining 2. I'll see you in a minute. So we're just making our last slip stitch now into both back loops, chaining 2, and we're actually going to slip stitch back into the same place where we started the same stitch, but I missed a spot, so I'm just going to get both back loops and with a slip stitch. So that's 12 chain 2 spaces and 12 slip stitches. For round 4, we're going to work into the chain 3 spaces only. We're making 3 single crochets. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. This is a nice simple round, not as fiddly as the last one. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we do that all the way around. 3 stitches in each. 1, 2, and 3. And I'll see you when you've completed the whole round. Okay, so I've cut the tail. I'm just going to pull the yarn through, insert the yarn needle on, and just make our invisible join, making it into the second stitch, and back down both loops, and just out the other side. I just like to lock that in. And we should have a total of 36 single crochets. Working our last colour. Okay, for this round we're using front post single crochets. So we're working around the post of the slip stitch. So insert your hook into the space before, around the back and come out the front. Yarn over, pull up a loop and yarn over, pull through 2. Remember, I don't use a slip knot. So now we're going to do 5 double crochets into the second single crochet, which is the middle one, so not that one, and then we work 5 into here. So 2, 3. Just twist the yarn if you need to. 4 and 5. And now I'll show you again how to make that front post single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5. So inserting in from the front to the back to the front, yarn over, pull up a loop. So we've got 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through 2. Working 5 double crochets into the second stitch again. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and making that front post single crochet again. So insert from front to front, yarn over, pull up a loop, then we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Skipping that, working 5 double crochets into the next stitch. 2, 3, 4, and last one, 5, 3, 5. Always double check your stitch count, and then we're just going to work our single crochet front post again. So that's the repeat for this. So I will see you back in a minute. Work that around. See you in a second. I thought I'd actually show you so you know I crochet. This is my normal pace. So I have ADHD, and to crochet really slow, which I know isn't slow for some, but it is really slow for me. It's quite hard because my brain and my hands just want to crochet fast. So this is me, my normal pace. I just thought I'd share that with you so that you guys know it's hard for me to slow down. Okay, I'll do a little snippet now. I'll see you in a minute. And we're back, just making the last 5 double crochets into that middle single crochet from round number 4. Two, 3, and 4, and 5. And once again, we're just going to finish that round off with an invisible join. I mean, you can do slip stitches into each beginning stitch if you prefer, but having the invisible join literally gives it an invisible finish so that you can't find where you started or finished your rounds from. So we're creating that top loop there, so we're going to go under both loops with the second stitch like so, and we're going to come back down where it came from and out the back. And just weave in quickly. That is the tutorial all done. So it's the Goodness Mandala from my book. Oh, which color one do you like? I was going to say the left, but I think I like the one on the right now. They're both pretty. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you crocheted along. I'd love to see your creations. You know, designers do love to see what people make. So yeah, thank you. Here's a quick flick of my book again. So Making Mandalas. Oh, I'll do a little flicksy. All the patterns. So they're each named after virtues, morals and things, and they all have little quotes and connections to crochet. Each have written instructions and charts. And this was like the print proof. So yeah, way back when. Thank you so much for joining this tutorial with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe and follow me, and I will see you very soon. Oh, pretty. Thank you. Bye.